shortly after taking a stand against Diddy, talking about all of the things that he did wrong and how she didn't agree with him or whatever, she is now being accused herself of drugging Q from making a band because they was in a relationship, right? I'm gonna play this really quickly, and actually, I'll just play it like this. I'm sorry, I'll just play it like this, and then y'all can listen to it.
Day 26.
Hear that?
They were all making the band.
Can y'all hear that?
Yeah.
All right.
And 4, he has finally come out and had a conversation about why he was so upset and crying in a lot of his interviews, talking about Diddy and that whole conversation.
Yeah.
And he is making some really huge allegations against Dawn Rashard. Let's take a listen.
My ex at the time, which was Dawn, she gave me an ecstasy pill. Yeah, she said it was ecstasy, and she said it was from Puff to give to me. And it was red. And I took it because I thought I was going to get freaky with my girlfriend. And I trusted her that that's what it was. So I took it immediately, and she had one too. He gave her 2 of them. I took mine. Within like 20 minutes, I knocked out and blacked out. I woke up in the twins' bedroom in the basement, and I woke up out of my sleep screaming very, very loud.
Who are the twins?
Diddy's twins. His girls. Yeah, I woke up in their bed to cameras filming me, and they were laughing as I woke up out of my sleep, screaming. And I'm not gonna cry.
Okay.
It felt very sacrificial. That's what I meant when I said I felt like they were trying to hurt me, or Diddy was trying to maybe sacrifice me that night.
Now, when Q was up here, y'all remember that we almost kind of got to the Diddy conversation because we were asking, did they experience anything? And he was like,
very triggering for him.
Yeah, very triggering. He didn't want to talk about it. Then they went on, I believe it was Vlad TV, and he broke down. But now we finally have some more details. And that comes from the Amy and TJ podcast, Amy Robach and TJ Holmes. They have this series that they're doing with Aubrey O'Day called Covering the Diddy Trial.
Yep.
So he was a guest. Now, those allegations are big. It's kind of crazy to hear it. Dawn actually had to come out and respond because people were like, hold on. With everything else that's going on, I don't think people
even just on the stand.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
So Dawn came out and said that, she wants to be clear. She has never drugged anyone or given anybody any pills. The suggestion that she did so is categorically false. If such a belief were genuine, it would be inconsistent with the actions that followed, such as inviting me into your home, introducing me to your younger sisters and family, and continue a relationship with me. It would also be inconsistent with choosing to attend social events without me, engaging with individuals I had previously expressed concerns about, and continuing to live with or provide favors to those same individuals. Many of these actions occurred while I was not present or even in contact with you. Throughout our time together, even after our separation, I made a conscious decision to not share or disclose private matters or the circumstances surrounding the end of our relationship to protect you. And she put you in caps. I did this out of respect for you and your family.
That's interesting because she's doing the same thing to Q that people are doing to Cassie. Like, why would you stay with a person after they do something,
right?
Heinous to you? And I don't know what's true and what's not. I'm just saying it's interesting that that's the route she took.
Yeah. But so Dawn Rashard also took the stand in Diddy's trial, and when she testified, she spoke in support of Cassie for the most part. So I just want to make sure that that's clear. But yes, people are doing that to Cassie.
And she did that to Q just now.
Yes, and that's exactly.
If I did that to you, then why would you meet me? Why would you see your family? Blah blah blah. Like that's not right.
Yeah.
I just think it's crazy that she took the stand and nobody brought up the fact that she had just worked with Diddy. She's on the last album.
The Love album.
I thought they did bring that up.
They didn't get to. They brought up her being in contact with him after leaving the whole Diddy situation in 2011, but they didn't specifically bring up the Love album. And I did ask why did they not, and I was told they don't know. But
so, Dawn Rashard is being accused of drugging Q, her former boyfriend, from making the band, and he woke up screaming, and they said he got a lot of trauma and he don't really like talking about it. What are your thoughts on this, ladies and gentlemen?
Can it be considered drugging if somebody hands you something and says, this is drugs, take it, and you do?
If you don't know what's in it and it knocks you out, I'm assuming that it could be.
I don't believe her. Let me just say that. But I don't.
Well, she did like delete that statement too, just to let y'all know. But go ahead.
Yeah, I don't believe her. But I also, when I read his story earlier, I didn't take it like he was trying to imply that she was trying to drug him. I think that he was trying to say, like, this is the result of Diddy's work. He didn't say that directly, but like that's the implication that I got. And it was by way of his girlfriend. So whether the implication is that Diddy was trying to trick both of them or just trick him, I think he just mentioned Dawn because that's the way he got the pill, not because my girlfriend was trying to drug me. So I don't know. I think that her response comes across. I think she took it the wrong way, and probably because she was on trial. I'm sure she was probably advised to say something because maybe this makes her now look crazy or whatever. Is why she responded the way that she did. But I don't think he was trying to come at her. I think he was just sharing what happened, and that was his girlfriend. She was a part of the story. So.
I mean, I
just feel like
that for him, I feel like something happened because he definitely seemed to be a different person than he started out as. So I hate that whatever happened that changed him the way that it changed him happened. But also,
Yeah,
you're not going to be able to hand me drugs and say, take this, period.
but and to me, if your girl, like, again, the way he described it, it didn't seem like it was something that was clearly out of the norm for them, whether they've done it before or whether they got down like that. He said, like, this my girl. I thought we was going, like, this was going to ramp up our little sexcapade. So clearly him and Dawn had that kind of a relationship anyway. And then he mentions like everything that he talks about is regarding Diddy. He's like, I thought that it was going to be a sacrifice. That his focal point is Diddy. So I don't even know why she grabbed on like that. I mean, I guess she had to because people heard that and they then accused her of drugging, but I don't get that at all.
But then I have a
I
question of like, what happened with her? If he took a pill and it knocked him out, and she took the same pill, what happened with her? Where is she now in this whole thing while he's out? Is she also out? Is something happening
Well,
to her?
or we don't, because okay, so now with her giving her testimony and saying that she not only witnessed Cassie being hit by Diddy, but that he threatened her too. We don't know. Like for now, what I could believe is that maybe Diddy did use Dawn to get her to give him the pill and was like, don't say nothing. Like, clearly it's possible that Diddy had some level of influence over Dawn, even with her boyfriend. So even if she knew, I'm not saying she didn't know. She could have known she was giving him something crazy, or she could have known that Diddy was orchestrating it. But I don't think he was implying that she was the one who was trying to drug him. Like, it was her idea and she was trying to be the orchestrator of this. So, and even in another interview, Q said, he was like, listen, I also take responsibility for this to a degree because I chose to be in these types of situations. Like, this is a part of this is the scene that I chose to be a part of. So I really think he's just telling his story. Like, why would he even put himself out here like this? It doesn't make him look good. And I mean, they broke up years ago. So unless he's some real bitter man with a vendetta against her, I just don't see what would be the purpose of him sharing this if there wasn't a possibility of it being true.
I listened to it again and I agree with Carrie. It sounds like he wasn't really accusing her, but sounds like he was kind of blaming Diddy a little bit and feeling like he went through a humiliation ritual. So it does seem like it got taken out of context to an extent. It does sound like he was telling his story. I had to listen to it one more time before I started jumping to conclusions. So I agree with Carrie. Was this included in the trial or he's just talking?
No, he's just talking.
Okay. Yeah, it just sounds like he was telling his story and having flashbacks. But it sounded like he was at a Diddy party and he was a willing participant until he got embarrassed. So
Do y'all believe that she did it and that she intentionally tried to mess him up?
no, it sounded like they was just partying and he got
Right.
embarrassed.
I think that she was.
No,
Oh, go ahead, Kim.
no, I was just gonna say I wouldn't say that he got embarrassed. I mean, if he was taken advantage of, he was taken advantage of. Like that's not something to be embarrassed about.
And I think that I mean, I obviously don't know the dynamics of their relationship, but like, I don't know if y'all watched Making the Band. But they like show the dynamics of the guy group, the girl group, and it was very clear the level of influence Diddy had over everybody. So I totally don't believe, like, I believe it's very possible that Dawn knew that there was something up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I believe that she could have knowingly been used, but I don't think she was the, hey, I
Wait,
got an
wait, wait,
idea,
wait, wait.
let
So
me
you
drug
saying
him.
that she's not 100% responsible on her own for what it is that she did to him?
That's not what I said. I didn't.
I'm
I'll
asking.
never say nobody's responsible for what they do. So if
100% responsible.
no, no, she's responsible for if she anything she knowingly did, she's responsible for doing. I'm saying I don't think that the idea of whatever this pill was, giving it to him, started at her. I could see more where it started at someone else like Diddy, and it was very easy to get her to do what he wanted to do to get it to Q. Because when you, I mean, again, when you watch the Making the Band show, the stuff that he got them to do, it was, they were doing like anything. Go walk across the bridge, go do this, go do that, shut up, you can't eat, you can't, like, all of them were like, okay Diddy, okay Diddy. So again, I'm not taking accountability away from if she gave it to him or not. I'm just saying in terms of whose idea it was, I don't think it started at her.
That's
So,
crazy.
so the thing is, all these motherfuckers, they wanted some stardom. All of them wanted some stardom. So they were all complicit. They all wanted to do this shit. We can't act like we know Diddy was having them do all kind of wild shit. But at the end of the day, you can say fucking no. You can say, hey, void my contract. This shit too weird. I don't want to fucking be here. But because they wanted this stardom, they stuck it out. Whatever happened to you, it's low key your fault. Cause I'm any normal human being, they gonna see some weird shit and they gonna be like, this ain't for me. I'm not staying. I'm out. Y'all niggas is too strange. I don't want to do, it don't matter what you putting on the table. I don't want to have nothing to do with this. And they're going to leave. But because these motherfuckers wanted something that most people don't get access to, which is stardom, fame, you bad boy records. Oh, you gonna start shucking and jiving and doing all kind of weird ass shit just because you want to be associated with it. They all complicit. They all wanted this. They all agreed to it. They all down for it. So whatever happens, it's your own fault. It's your own fault. I'm sorry. That's the harsh reality of this shit, man. Unfortunately, you weren't in the bad boy days where you just got killed for the money. You know what I'm saying? Where you just got hit up for the money. The money you didn't get paid. And this, it really kind of cost you some sanity. So it's so unfortunate that that's what it costs. But this is what you sought out. You know what I'm saying? It's so many stories where we hear like, hey man, this music industry is fucked up. You should probably only get to a certain level and then you should back off. You should probably back off because the shit is get weird. I heard that so many times from so many people. And they was like, this shit ain't for everybody. They're saying that for a reason. because it's fucking evil. It ain't cool. Once you go down that, it's Pandora's box. Once that motherfucker is open, it ain't closing. So you're susceptible to anything, and you accepted it. It's a wrap for you. So it don't matter who told anybody to do whatever. You could just easily say no, but they were never gonna say no because they wanted something.
Yeah, especially at that stage.
Yeah,
At that particular juncture, they were doing
man,
whatever.
they was hungry,
So
and
I would agree.
They was hungry
I would
for the
agree.
wrong shit, and it was just it. And man, and I don't want to say this in a way where I'm being like I don't have any empathy, but at the same time, no, man, you gotta know that ain't what you want. That just ain't what you want, man.
I think if they knew exactly if they had the knowledge now, if they had this knowledge then that they have now, I don't think that they would have kept pushing forward.
Yeah,
I
they
think
would.
it's easy to say, well, you knew that this was weird. Yeah, it's weird, but do you know the extent of the weirdness? Like, and everybody's, got a cutoff point. You're like, okay, well, I can do weird to level 3 or level 4, but I'm not willing to do level 5. I mean, once you're drugged and you're taken to level 5 and 6,
No. Go ahead.
He
I'm
went.
up for it. I didn't
I
mean
was
to
just
cut
gonna
you
say
off.
he willingly took ecstasy to
Like what
have
he thought was
freakier
sex.
sex.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he said he wanted to get freakier.
with his
It sounds
girl.
like a self-inflicted wound. I mean, but if you know you're taking a drug that's gonna put you out your mind like that's a concoction of several different mixtures of drugs. And
Yeah.
he wanted to put it in his body. I'm sure he knew the effects of it. And it's like I think he's having regrets, but you have to hold yourself accountable as an adult for the fact you're at a freaky party, taking freaky party drugs, and then you're mad at the level of freaky it went, but you are okay with it. You're just embarrassed because it got recorded.
Yeah, I think I think it's also like they also interviewing these people, you know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna do more damage to Diddy. Ultimately, this is who they trying to take down. So it's people probably behind the scenes pushing for these interviews. It's not coincidental. You know what I'm saying?
I think that it helps Diddy
How so?
because it shows that it's hypocritical of the person that they had on the testimony trying to accuse him of doing stuff when she was doing it, and then she was also working with him, and she worked with him on his most recent album.
Mm.
Yeah,
This
but if
help,
you're
Well,
in my
and
saying
she
opinion,
people,
this indirectly helps Diddy.
they can just say that because she worked for him, he's still using his influence to influence these people into doing this type of stuff, which is exactly what he's being charged of.
No, what it does is it shows that everybody is participating on their own accord. And these
Yeah.
is all adults. And the same way that y'all just said that he responsible for participating in the industry because for whatever reason they wanted fame and money, you can't then say and absolve them of responsibility when we want to take Diddy down, but then give them responsibility when we say, well, it's their fault that they took it on their own. But we got to pick one. You can't play both sides. Either they are complicit in that they knew what they was doing and he volunteered to do it, and she volunteered to do it, and they all volunteered to do it, or they all was just under some spell.
Yeah, I think it's somebody like pushing for all these interviews and shit. I
He's been
definitely
kind of
do.
tiptoeing around trying to say something for a while, though. I think that whatever it was just traumatized him so badly that he's just really not wanting to. He's not in a place where he's healed enough to just spew it all, but he's been kind of dropping little nuggets here and there for a minute.
I don't rock with guys that be crying in public like that every time that they do an interview. Get off the internet, bro. That's attention seeking to me. So you go on an interview to cry, and every interview you go on, you get teary eyed. If it was really that traumatizing and that deep, then you would go ahead and get that fixed, or you would um, spend more time focusing on solving for the issue behind the scenes than looking for attention publicly. I just don't go for it, bro. I'm tired of these people getting on the internet and crying.
Wait, see, he crying every interview like that?
He always hit him with the, because I'm trying to gather myself because I don't want to cry. I don't want to hear that shit, bro.